My name is Elena. I want to tell you something that still breaks my heart. He was my everything. He came into my life like a dream. And then, he disappeared. Without a word. Without a goodbye.
We met in college. He sat next to me in our first class. His smile was soft, his eyes deep. He asked for a pen, and I gave him my heart too. Slowly, we became everything to each other. Or so I believed. We would sit in the library together. His fingers would trace my hair as I read. He called me his piece. And I believed I was. His texts would come every night. I love you. I still remember the spelling errors. On rainy days, he would bring me coffee. He'd say, "You love rain, but hate being wet." And I would laugh. He knew my moods like music. He made me feel safe. Like nothing could go wrong. But then, one day, he changed. He stopped replying quickly. He forgot small things about me. He looked away when I talked. His hugs didn't feel warm anymore. Something was breaking. I asked him, "Is everything okay?" He smiled and said, "Just tired." But his eyes didn't match his smile. I knew something was wrong. But I held on. I was too afraid to lose him. One evening, I saw him with another girl. He said it was just a friend. But she knew how he took his coffee. She laughed like she knew him well. And he didn't introduce me. He just smiled nervously. That night, I cried myself to sleep. I didn't ask questions. I just waited. Maybe he'd explain. Maybe it was all in my head. But I was wrong. The next morning, he didn't call. No message. I waited the whole day. Then another. And another. And he was gone. No goodbye. No, I don't love you. No, I'm sorry. He just disappeared. Like our love never happened. Like I was nothing. I went to the cafe we always visited. They asked, "Where is he today?" I smiled and said, "Busy." But inside, I was breaking. I kept checking my phone. But silence was louder than any sound. Days turned into weeks. And I still waited. Every knock on the door, every message beep, felt like it could be him. But it never was. My friends told me to forget him. He wasn't worth it, they said. But how do you forget someone who taught you what love feels like? Who made your heart believe in forever? It wasn't easy. I walked by our old bench in the park. The one with our initials scratched in. It was still there. But he wasn't. Only memories remained. And they hurt. I wrote him letters I never sent. Hundreds of them. Each filled with pain, questions, tears. Why did you leave me? Wasn't I enough? But I never got an answer. He taught me silence. Not the peaceful kind. But the kind that echoes. The kind that keeps you awake. That makes your chest heavy. And your eyes wet. I deleted his photos. But not all. One picture stayed. The one where we both laughed without knowing the end was already writing itself. Sometimes I dream of him. He walks toward me. Smiles like nothing changed. But when I reach out, he fades like smoke. And I wake up crying. I started writing poems again. Heartbreak has its own voice. My pain became paper. My tears became ink. And slowly, I started breathing again. Healing isn't fast. It's slow. Like learning to walk again. Without the one who once held your hand. But I kept walking. Even when it hurt. One day, I smiled. A real smile. Not because I forgot him. But because I remembered myself. The girl who once laughed freely. She was still there. Now, I love differently. I don't give my heart so fast. But I still believe in love. Even after all the pain. Because love isn't the problem. People are. If he ever reads this, I want him to know he broke something precious. Not just my heart, but my faith in forever. And he left without even saying goodbye. But I survived. I learned to live again. To smile again. To hope again. Because I am stronger now. Stronger than his silence. This isn't a story of loss. It's a story of survival. of how a girl lost someone but found herself. Through every tear and silence, she became her own goodbye. Sometimes, goodbye is not a word. It's a feeling. A space where someone once stood. A quiet in the middle of noise. But it also means a new beginning. And I'm finally ready. Thank you for listening to my story. He left without saying goodbye. But I've said mine in every word. And now, I can let go. Of him. Of the pain.